you go. Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Yeah. You know what it is. It's the best daytime live show on all of YouTube. It's the Classic Codes coming to the ring.
Fighting out of the southpaw stance. Standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. I give you, boy, I'm made different. I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me.
Yeah.
Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with real life. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me.
Yeah. Talk.
It can end quickly. In the way I level up, I make them spin differently. I should start a foundation. They be make-a-wishing me. I got these hoes and the friends. They can't seem to get to me. Babe, I done master discipline. It take more than booty cheeks. Need a little more conversation, cause I still be trying to see. I be listening with my eyes. Yeah, I still be trying to see. I be moving like the prize. You can't find another me. Let's get focused.
Let's get focused, man. Yo, it's Classic with the Classic Codes, and I got another great live show for y'all, man. Got another great live show for y'all. So today we got a pretty standard lineup. We going with the live reaction video. We got a question of the day. We got a code language conversation, and we have a story time. So we got a standard lineup. In case anything happened with the chat, you know, we can go rogue at any time. You know, bring somebody up, let them offer their opinion. You know, we just do it like that. But 333 to everybody that's sliding through, whether it's now or on the rewatch. Let's get active. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We starting off today. we starting off today with a live reaction video. We heading over to Rivah TV. Yes, Lord. And we gonna watch this authentic. I have not watched this at all. I saw the title come up and I said, I'm gonna just do this straight off the rip with the chat. So we gonna go with a full authentic reaction on this and see exactly what Rivah talking about. You know how we do. She gonna pause, I'm gonna pause. We gonna, you know, have this conversation together. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to
it. You ready? Where are you gonna buy a new phone too or no?
I'll see.
Yeah? Quit looking.
Who are you talking to?
Huh? I'm not talking to no one, bro.
Rivah TV.
Oh, it's about to get good.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I'm back again with another video. So I saw this actually when I was scrolling through Instagram, and I had to bring it to you guys, okay? This is what happens when simping goes wrong and you instantly regret it. Okay, that's all I could possibly say. So I'm gonna go ahead and press play, pause play, and give you guys my thoughts, my feelings on this entire situation. This is clearly like a guy who is doing some kind of streaming or vlogging, something that he's recording this video for, and he's talking to this woman who, you know, in my assumption, she might be like maybe an OnlyFans model or like you know, an influencer that does a lot with her body or whatever, and things escalate very quickly.
But you ready? Where are you gonna buy a new phone too or no?
I'll see.
What's up with you? Yo, my boy. Hey, lady. By the way, he was looking at her ass. Yeah? Quit looking.
So as we can hear, first of all, there's a grown man and a woman walking past them. The guy decides to turn and look at this woman, and no shade, no offense, this woman has a wagon. Okay, she clearly has a wagon, and nothing about her outfit is saying that she would not want people to look. Like, you know, she literally has on a short, tight crop top and tight legging pants, knowing what she has behind her.
Yeah, I mean, Rivah, you gotta let me jump in real quick. Rivah, you gotta forgive her. She don't have that same confidence that you got, Rivah, where you could be in a zip up top, completely covered with your hair back in a ponytail and look that good like that. She may be able to pull that off. This young lady may be able to pull that off, but she don't currently possess the confidence to do that like like what you doing. You see what I'm saying, River? So we got to give her some grace. Come on.
Okay, knowing that she had people standing up behind her in her pants. And, you know, this man, being a man, seeing something that he sees on a woman and walking past her. Now, the interviewer wants to be, you know, the simp that saves the day. Sorry, no shade, no offense. And decides to call out this man's behavior on the fact that he looked at this woman.
On some real, chill with that.
What happened?
What? No, I'm just saying, just respect women. You don't gotta be staring.
Yeah, hey, listen. Let me let me chime in before River does again in regards to this situation from my male POV. It was unnecessary. From homie right here, little short homie that's with the chick. It was unnecessary. Like River said, kind of, you know what you outside with, you know what she got on, you know how that's gonna go. Now he looked, he didn't touch, he didn't speak. He looked and kept it moving. You decide to want to play your hand. Maybe he saw dude and felt like that was an opportunity to kind of flex his machismo and get away with it smooth, but that shit kind of backfiring at the moment. So let's see how this play out.
Huh? I'm not talking to no one, bro.
He got the wrong one. Okay, this man walked up. This man repeated. Whenever you see a man repeating who you talking to on a consistent basis, you know that you need to reevaluate how you're coming at this conversation. So he's telling this, oh, you need to respect women. You need to respect women by looking at another woman. Are you insane? Since when is a man seeing a woman with an attractive body and looking at her body offensive? That woman is clearly not offended. She's not mortified. Women are very aware of their surroundings. Okay, let's not get it twisted. Like when a woman is standing there having this conversation and she sees, you know, people coming towards her, if she felt any type of uncomfortable in her body language, you would have saw some kind of shift. She didn't shift. She didn't move. Obviously, like I said before, she didn't wear any kind of different clothing. Like she left nothing to the imagination. And so here he is approaching this man, trying to check him, you know, put him in his place. And the wife is even saying, she's like, we were both looking at her and saying that she has a very nice figure. What's the problem?
Walk up on it.
No, I'm confused.
That's how you should have been.
Yeah.
Huh?
You should say
It should have been what?
Compliment.
She can say something.
Nah. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, me no shit.
A grown ass man, you're a child. Saying a child.
Okay.
Okay. Have a nice day.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That didn't go his way. Shorty thought, he thought it was sweet. He saw dude right here dress how he dressed, and he thought it was fair for a square, and he tried to get away with one. He wanted to get away with one. He wanted to look cool, come off as tough, wanted them to be the bigger person and just keep walking, because that's what people want sometimes. They want you to be the bigger person and walk away. Some people don't walk away. Some people turn around and walk back to you and get some understanding. And this brother clearly came back to get some understanding. And his wife looked like she a gangster too. They looked like they was ready to whoop the two of them if it had to come down to it. That's what it looked like. Like River said, he clearly had the wrong one, and he backed out the blocks super fast. Who you talking to? I'm not talking to no one. Oh, okay. Because you was just talking crazy from 126 feet away. Now that we, 5 yards apart, your energy different. So yeah. He played wrong.
It's all good. Yeah, I know it's good. Huh?
That's all we were saying.
Okay then, for sure.
Something to get mad about.
Okay, that's fine. Maybe you need a BBL too.
What's that?
Nothing, bro.
Keep talking.
Oh yeah. He cruising for a bruiser. Brother trying to go to high altitude, ain't he? Hey, all right.
Oh my gosh.
I wish my son was here, homie.
Yeah? Okay, for sure.
He's telling her maybe she should get a BBL too, trying to make it funny or whatever, because I think he's a little humiliated. He didn't expect this man to turn around and press him so hard. Him and his boy standing there not doing nothing. This guy would have mollywopped all of them. Okay, he would have grabbed one and hit the other two with the one, you know. And this woman is not saying anything, not because the girl standing there is mortified, embarrassed, ashamed, you know, nothing. She loves the attention. Again, if she didn't, she wouldn't have worn that. But one thing to mention is that whenever a woman is with a man and she is pleading your case for you to stop talking, when she is pleading for you to let the situation go, it's because she knows the fool she came with.
Nothing, bro.
Keep talking.
Oh my
Why you
She know that man is not wrapped too tight. And so she's like, young man, I have children your age. I'm trying to tell you, you need to stop. Because if
yeah. That's me. I'm the fool. I'm the fool she came with. Yeah. My shit ain't all the way. What you say, shorty? What you say, shorty? All for content purposes, everything alleged. But what did you say? Get the on the YN. Ain't nobody worried about none of that. And don't reach either. I'm quicker. Don't do that either. Just everybody just be respectful and we can all have a great day. I don't know why these kids. Hey, listen, it's a lot of ways to make content. I got hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content. And at no point in time did I say, man, to get this money, I'm going to go outside and play disrespectful. At no point in time did I find that to be a good idea. All right. Listen, the first one ain't happened yet, but the day coming. Y'all keep playing outside. Keep playing outside. It's going to happen right on camera. Yeah.
he get a hold of you, it's not going to be pretty. So I'm begging you. You have the camera out, you trying to be funny, you're trying to humiliate us, you're trying to make a scene, you're trying to create a viral moment, but you don't realize that this moment can really harm you. It will be bad for your health. That's what she's trying to tell him. And he's missing all the cues. But a lot of these younger men or men in general, okay, there's men in general who try to defend these women, and there's nothing, let me be clear. There's nothing wrong with men protecting women. There's nothing wrong with men standing up for women when they are being victimized or when they are in certain situations. But there was nothing going on. You doing this thinking that, you're going to get a cape and you're going to be a hero. And because of that, she's going to want to talk to you. She's going to date you. She's going to want to sleep with you. Oh my gosh, you rescued me. You saved me. And it's going to be this perfect situation. That's not the case. Okay. You're not going to get any more brownie points from deterring men from looking at this girl. It's not going to happen. However she saw you before is how she sees you now. Mm-hmm. Because the worst that would have happened is that you would have got beat up in front of this girl and really humiliated yourself. Hence why when this man came up to you and asked you who you talking to, you said you're not talking to nobody.
What's wrong with who you talking to?
Who you talking to?
Huh? I'm not talking to no one, bro.
This was foolishness. This was foolishness. And if you want to be clear, you're defending this woman that you're attracted to as if only you are allowed to be attracted to her. If you didn't want nobody else to see her, y'all should have had this interview in the house. Y'all should have had this conversation in a secluded area where no threats would have been around. Mm. This man didn't press her. He didn't walk up on her. He didn't walk in between y'all and get all in her space and make her feel uncomfortable. He is walking on a sidewalk and the two of them looked and said, that woman has a wagon on her back. Clear as day. Never seen nothing like it in person. And here you are trying to protect something, change something, fix something, rearrange something, and almost didn't make it out of the interview or the conversation or the stream or whatever it was. Almost didn't. This man said he wished his son was there because he was like, you know what? I know if I put my hands on you, I'm going to seriously hurt you. But at least it would have been a little bit more of an even sparring if it was my son that was here.
I wish my son was here, homie.
Yeah? Okay, for sure.
And he better be thankful and glad that day he didn't catch that man at the wrong time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Put your hand, Rivah. Hey, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. Yep. That's all it takes. Catch him on the wrong day.
Okay.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Since when have we reached a space that it's a crime for men to be attracted to women?
No.
Since when have we reached a space that it's a crime for men to look at women? Since when? And be checked on that behavior by a man, a young man.
Hey, listen.
Crazy.
Listen.
I'd like to know you guys' thoughts, your opinions on this entire situation. You know, like I said before, if the woman was uncomfortable or if she felt victimized or whatever, that's one thing. But at the same time, she wore them clothes knowing that people's going to look, and that's why she wore them.
Facts. Hey, man, make sure y'all tap in with Rivah TV. Always amazing doing reactions to her commentary and, you know, joining in on those conversations. Like I said, one day we'll do those collaborations, you know, in real time. So for sure, man. Again, shout out to Rivah TV. I think we all in agreement on that one. Shorty had a cold case of doing too much going on. Shout out to April 333 in the chat. What's happening? What's going on? The classic chat's trying to foul in. I see. All right, that's it for the reaction video. All right, let's slide over into the question of the day, which ties into the reaction video, by the way. So the question of the day: what situation warrants a man protecting a stranger? I could think of a few. But as a man, I could say I'm not real quick to get into a situation where I'm potentially risking my freedom over something that could possibly be some bull. You know, like, I don't know the details or the context of what I'm watching and what I need to be saving said person from. And so, but I think protecting, that's the key word, right? So we're not just talking about seeing someone like saving somebody. We're talking about protecting somebody from, like, I guess, harm. So not heroism, but, well, I guess it is a form of being a hero, but if somebody's under attack in some way, let's do a hypothetical. I could say if I'm walking out of the grocery store to my vehicle and I see some domestic stuff going on between a couple by their vehicle, and it's to the point where the gentleman he's launching rights and lefts. Depending on how terribly it's going, I may give a little, hey, yo, hey, bro, easy. You know, he tell me to mind my business and stay out of it. Well, I am staying out of it because I ain't coming over there. I'm just saying, not too much. You look a little heavy-handed, my dog. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I might go that route. But in them situations, I tend not to be a person who gonna, like, actually put my nose into that, because I know personally people who've dealt with situations like that, and, like, you will go over there trying to be a hero, getting ready to put your freedom on the line, and they be right back with the goofy. So, you know, in them situations, if somebody, like, I'm being real, and it's all too often too. So you'll be somewhere fighting a case, you know what I mean, and they'll be laid up. They'll be laid up chilling. So no, I ain't too quick to jump into those. Now, if it comes to protection in the way of, like, civilians in danger, so let's say I'm in a grocery store and I happen to be, you know, concealed carrying or whatever, allegedly all for content creation purposes. And this is a hypothetical. You know, if I'm in the grocery store and I'm concealed carrying or whatever, and somebody comes in and they are active, you know, personnel, and they in there boom, boom, boom or whatever, and they trying to take out civilians and stuff like that. Me being one with concealed carry, if law enforcement has not, if I don't hear sirens, if law enforcement has not arrived, and I'm in that store, first off, I'm thinking to protect myself. And if I'm with someone, I'm thinking to protect them as well. But also the preservation of as many lives as possible in general is also on my mind. But I'm not a type of person that's going to hide behind the butter rolls if I'm, you know, carrying. It would be, it would go from a active to a active out. It'll be a shootout. You know what I mean? Try not to say too many flag words. Y'all know we gotta keep everything classic. So, but yeah, I'm not that type of person to like stand by or like another good example of protecting a stranger. I didn't have to know Mr. Floyd. Like George, I didn't have to know him, right? If I was present that day, it would have either been both of us or neither of us, because I wouldn't have just stood there and recorded or yelled at the police. Like the police officers, no disrespect to them, but the ones that were standing in front, like trying to keep the crowd at bay, neither one of them was gonna stop me from getting over there and getting dude leg off of my man throat and chest. And I know they claimed that he was, under some substances, and so that he, technically OD'd or whatever. But regardless of the fact, if you got too much of something in your system, having your breathing and your lung capacity and your respiratory system compromised in any way can't be helpful. So, they can miss me with that bullshit, but I'm not the type of person where I would have needed to know that man to intervene to physically intervene. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person. I definitely would have been a beacon of protection that day, or a martyr. The Brooklyn subway platform situation, dude was going in on a woman and other men stepped up and pulled him off of her. Yeah, I saw that. It looked like they said he was trying to abduct her or something, from what I saw in the caption. I don't know how verified that is or whatever the case may be, but I saw that. And in a situation like that, yeah, like if I see something that appears to be an active abduction, I have a civilian right to intervene in that within the confines of the law. If you are a person who can carry, you can use your firearm to protect yourself or anyone else from potential life-threatening harm. For sure, legally. You're not going to do no time for that. So if it had to be that, it would have been that. I couldn't watch an active abduction, like somebody screaming, "I don't know this man," while he trying to pull her down the subway stairs and just, not do anything. And even, listen, and here's the thing about that. The sticky part about it is, if she's lying, say they in some type of knockdown, drag out argument, but this woman is the type of woman that knows how to weaponize certain things, and so she's actually lying and they do know each other, then it's like, y'all just jump. Because I think a few dudes got involved, right? You said, yeah, men. It was multiple men. Yeah, a few dudes got involved and got the stepping on dude. You know what I mean? In that subway situation. So, if that's the case, and then you find out that they did know each other, I don't know. I think as civilians, you probably get away with that. Like the law enforcement may not. I don't know if there would be any charges pressed on you for getting that situation wrong. If anything, in a situation like that, if a woman is screaming, "I don't know this man," and they actually married or something, but they just having a real bad argument in public, and so she weaponizing that, and then he get jumped on by several dudes because she playing like he trying to kidnap her, and they actually married. Come to find out, I think she should face charges. Not the dudes that beat him up. I think the woman for lying should face charges. Because it's this dude named Emmett Till that I'll never forget about that was from Chicago. April said, yes, it was several. Yeah, like we can't like the female lies and stuff, and I ain't finna double down on women or nothing like that, but females lying and stuff have put a lot of men historically in really, really, really unfortunate situations, leading all the way down to being unalive. So when women are caught in dramatic lies that lead to stuff like that, I definitely think they should be facing some sort of a criminal charge for that, for sure. Even if they beat the charge, they should be facing one. They should have to go beat the charge. They should be charged. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion on that. But yeah, what situation warrants a man protecting a stranger? I definitely say, like, if you're witnessing an abduction, I think if you're witnessing like a brutality, like somebody, let's say two dudes having a fair fight, and one guy gets the better of the other guy, but he don't know when to say when, and he start trying to, like, step on dude's head or neck, or like, you could literally be witnessing somebody getting you know, finished. So if that's what's going on, I think you start with words. Hey man, you won. It's good. If you see dude ain't like, if he blanked out with it, then somebody got to grip him up, grab him, pull him away, something like physical apprehension. And if he reached, then all for content creation purposes, I teach. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna stand there and let you. If you won, if y'all have a fair one, y'all square up for the fair one, and you make him miss and make him pay. Clean on the chin, and he dropped. Bang, his head hit the ground. Off rip, he concussed. Don't do nothing else to him. You won, bro. You won. And matter of fact, if in 9 times out of 10 in this day and age, somebody recording what's going on, or there's a camera of some sort somewhere that's recording what's going on right then and there. So if you clean him up in a fair exchange, you clean him up, that's self-defense. When he dropped and you go to doing too much, now you facing charges. I'm just telling y'all a little bit about the law. You know what I'm saying? So it's a time where it's like you got to know when to say when. And I think as a civilian, you got to know when to step in. You know what I mean? But I think we could sit here and do hypotheticals for a long time on this question. But yeah, I think that let me talk about some of the situations I'm gonna mind my own business with, though. I talked about the domestic stuff. For the most part, I'm gonna keep walking. What else am I gonna mind my own business on? Certain animals. If I see somebody being attacked by certain animals, they on their own. If I gotta help them, certain ones. If somebody getting attacked by like a dog or something, I help. Cause it's not. I don't think there's any breed of dog that's gonna beat me one-on-one. I might need hella stitches. You know what I'm saying? When it's over, I ain't saying I ain't gonna get. I'm not gonna, take my bumps and bruises. But yeah, I'll pull a German Shepherd up off you for sure. And if he play, that's where he gonna lay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen I Am Legend when Will Smith had to put Sam in that. He put Samantha in that. You feel me? That's why we do our bicep curls, y'all. In case we gotta, you feel me? That pit bull grab your child, you gotta be able to get him up off of there. That's why as men, we gotta do our bicep curls, man. Make sure y'all get y'all headlocks together. But yeah, man, that's it for the question of the day, man. I don't want to stay on that too long. But that's a good question though. All right, let's move into the story time. We finna slide to TikTok real quick. This show going smooth, man. Thursday going smooth. We had a clean slate today. Nothing dramatic. Just the regular program. Live reaction, question of the day, story time, and after this we got the code language. If y'all gonna do questions, chat. If y'all got questions or topics y'all want me to speak to, put them in y'all back pocket right now for chat Q&A in a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and throw those joints in y'all back pocket. That way it won't be no delay, and I can get to them. All right, we sliding over to this woman's story time. Y'all know I haven't seen this, so we gonna see what she's talking about together. Let's go.
This like 4 years ago, I fresh out of a relationship, blah blah blah, and I start posting on Instagram more, just looking good, And this rapper DM'd me, and this was a rapper that I actually listened to. I'm like, oh shit, like I can see why my ex didn't want me outside. But anyway, y'all, he was DMing me for like 2 days. I was ignoring it because I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to respond right away. I wasn't even going to respond, period. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to respond. I'm single. Like, I'm outside a little bit. I'm young. I'm fine. I'm turned. I'm lit. So I responded. He was understanding and sending a message for like a good 2 days. So I finally responded, gave him my number. We was talking for like a good week. He like, we going to go to the...
Hey, ladies, why y'all do that? And y'all know I'ma always link back to the content creator, so y'all can go tap in with them and follow their TikTok and run up their numbers. Everybody got to eat. But why y'all do that, ladies? We know why you responded. Don't try to explain it. I'm like, why not? I'm young. I'm single. Listen, we know why you responded. Okay, all right. Listen. Save it. You know what I'm saying? Save it, baby. Let's go.
Game when you get out here, we're gonna go to the Suns game, blah 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 blah. And mind y'all, I didn't even know how I felt about going to the Suns game because it was just like the Suns game, an NBA game. It's still kind of like, I wasn't ready for all of that. I didn't want to just like pop out and just be thrown to the wolves. I ain't want that. But anyway, we talking for a good week. He was a very cool person, not putting nothing bad on his name, but he was scary as fuck. Like he scared me. So mind y'all, I'm still living in the hood, living in my grandma's house at the time. He sent me a car. I'm like, this is the house. Like, I'm in the hood. Like, this is just what it is. Blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking I'm about to get out the hood. I'm thinking about to take me out the hood. I'm like, yo, this is the moment for me and my family. Like,
Why you think that? Why she think that, chat? Why does she think that, chat? The princess complex is a real thing. It's not even a her thing in general. Like, all of y'all are taught to feel like y'all are like this unique, this everyone is unique. If you being yourself, you are a one of one, for sure, for sure. If you being yourself, you're a one of one. You are unique. But special is in the eye of the beholder. Somewhere along the lines, we start telling 100% of women they're special. There's a difference between being unique and being special. Special is determined by if it's 10 women in the room and 10 men in the room, woman number 2 might be special to me. Woman number 4 might be special to man number 1 or man number 2 or man number 4. You see what I'm saying? Like special is in the eye of the beholder. But we start telling all women that they why you thought he was going to take you out the hood in particular? And then you just said you were scared of the man. So I'm just trying to figure out, hey, these story times never fail, chat. Let's go.
Like, this is it. So he sent me a truck, booked me a flight. He was just being such a gentleman. I'm like, but yo, I got to Arizona and this man was not answering the freaking phone. I was so irritated. I'm like, did I get scammed? Like, I'm like, it's him. We was on FaceTime. Like, I seen that it was him. Like, everything was just going through my head. And thank God that I had family out there. So I called my little cousin. This is my ride or die bitch. Like, this is really my bitch to this day. Like, that specific day, though, like, gained our relationship, like that. Like, I called my little cousin. I'm like, can you come get me from the airport, please? Like, please come get me. So she come get me from the airport in Arizona. We go to Walmart, waiting around for him to call. It was like an hour went by. He finally calls, y'all. I was so irritated. Like, I really wanted to go upside his ass. Like, I was so fucking irritated. Yeah. So we go to the studio. She dropped me off to the studio. He come to the car, scoop the scenery out, make sure my cousin ain't on no bullshit, make sure we ain't trying to set him up or blah, blah. Like, boy, I'm here to have a fucking blast and get up the hood. Like, what's up? So we go in the studio. He ordered us drinks. Not no liquor. He ordered us, like, these milkshake things or whatever. They was good. And I was kind of scared to drink it because the vibe was off. I didn't know what was the vibe. I didn't know if he was trying to. I just didn't know the vibe. I was kind of scared to drink it. And he ended up leaving the studio for like an hour. I'm literally just sitting there with the engineer.
Hey, listen. Y'all tell us all the time how y'all intuition be 100% and never miss. And I've watched her blow past like 5 red flags in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. She's floated past 5 red flags, minimum. Like, don't talk to us. That's why when y'all be talking about y'all intuition, we just smack our lips. Man, come on, man. Oh, now your intuition turned up. Okay, all right.
Like, bro, what's really going on, y'all? Like, I was so fucking scared. So I fell asleep. I probably shouldn't have fell asleep. Me today, I probably definitely wouldn't have fell asleep. But anyway, and mind you, I'm only with this man for like 7 hours. This is all happening in 7 hours. So we get in the car. He acting like he high. I don't know if he was really high, but he was acting like he was really high. So I'm texting my friend. I'm like, bro, this nigga is high. Then I started saying like a couple of his lyrics that kind of matched the moment. Yo, that shit was so fun. So I was
also right then and there, even if there was something about you that made him feel like maybe you was different, you put yourself right in the groupie category right quick. Yeah. That'll ruin your game plan. That'll stop you from getting out the hood.
I'm saying to her some of his lyrics that it matched the moment at the time. So we park. He ain't saying nothing to me. He was like sleep, like just like like really acting high, like literally like drowsy acting high. I'm like, what is going on? Like, am I being punked for real? For real? Like, am I really being punked, y'all? He wasn't high. He was just scoping the scenery out to see what type of bitch I was, trying to make sure I wasn't gonna set him up, blah blah blah, and all this crazy shit. Like, this is my first rodeo, and I told you this is my first rodeo. I'm just glad to be the fuck here. I'm just glad to be here. But he made it so fucking scary for me. He's a good person. I'm not playing no bad on nobody's name. I'm just doing a story time. I'm not playing no bad on nobody's name. But he was scary. So we in the car, he stops the car. We kind of at like a dead end. It's like a building, but it's like a dead end too at the same time. So he gets off the car, walks off. He come back to the car. He was like, get out the car. But like kind of like in a mean way, like get out the car. Y'all, I was so fucking scared. I didn't know what to think. Y'all know this man snatched my phone out my hand and had my phone for like 10 minutes just running around the whole dead end, and I'm trying to chase him to get my phone. He go through the text messages of me and my friend talking about him when I was talking about the song and talk about how high he was. He went through all of that shit. But mind you, all I could think about, I didn't give a fuck that he seen that shit. All I could think about was him going on live on my fucking Instagram account. I literally, to this day, when I think about it, I still cringe to this day. And I just thank God. The whole time I was thinking, God, I'm like, God, please, whatever this man do with my phone, please don't let him go on live on my Instagram. Please don't let him go live.
Okay, so this dude has been robbed before, maybe twice. You know what I'm saying? This dude clearly been robbed before, or he has some real serious enemies. You know what I mean? But if that's the case, you know, I wouldn't be recruiting new work off IG. If you know you in harm's way like that, I wouldn't be recruiting work off IG, bro. I wouldn't. If I had ops and gotta cut corners and watch out for the setup chicks and fly them in from out of here and over there, because it's more likely that don't nobody know, you know, whatever. Man, I'm not working off IG. Ain't no way. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
On my Instagram. He didn't go live, y'all, but he did see the messages between me and my friend, blah, blah, blah. So I ain't give a fuck about that. I was just happy he didn't go live. Mind y'all, again, he had my phone for like 10 minutes. At this point, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired of chasing you, whatever you need to do on the phone, whatever you do on the phone, just please don't go live. So anyway, it's crazy because it looked like he do this shit all the time because his friends was so irritated with him. So I'm sitting with the friends at this point. We just literally look at him. I'm not even gonna call him a dumbass. We just literally just sitting at him, just running, just looking at my phone, just literally. So I'm asking a friend, like, can I please see your phone because I need to get home. Like, I got my own money. I'm gonna book my flight back home. I'm going home at this point. Like, I'm not about to stay here. I'm not doing that. I'm not that kind of bitch. I'm not about to just sit around and just let whatever the fuck he think he doing. That shit is a turn off. I don't give a fuck who you is. So I booked my flight on a friend phone. He finally came back, told me what he saw. I don't give a fuck what you saw, bitch. Give me my shit. So I'm walking out the dead end. He like, I love you. Like, come.
All right. Now we starting to lie. Chris Dale, what up? Tenfo on the not the way to go. Yeah, definitely not the way to go. There's no way. Talking about come back, I love you. Nah, he didn't say that. Ain't no dude that was this intimidating, this scary, this situationally aware, this paranoid, all of a sudden gonna turn into that type of person and then get to saying that type of stuff. And you said his boys is right there too. He not doing all that. Come on now.
Y'all, I really wanted to fight this man so bad, but I was by myself. I was so scared that I was gonna die. Nobody knew where I was at. I'm like, you know what? Let me just give me an Uber. My flight is booked. Let me just give me an Uber. My flight isn't until the next morning. I'm just gonna go sit at the airport at this point. I didn't call my cousin because I didn't want her to be in the mix of it. It's my little cousin. I didn't want her to be in the mix of it. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just head to the airport. So I booked my flight, went back to the airport. And as I'm leaving, I hear him yelling, let's just go in there and let's just go do it. Let's just go do it and make up. I'm like, ew, like why the fuck? Like, what be wrong with people? Like, what really be wrong with people? Like, why would I do that? Why would I do such a thing? And you just did all this weird shit. But anyway, I get back home with the big heart that I have. It's like 4 days later. I'm home in bed. I was just thinking about the whole thing. Mind you, I'm traumatized for like 3 months, deleting my Instagram behind and everything. I text him like 4 days later because my heart is so big. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I'm so sorry that you went through my phone. You seen what you seen, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't even that bad, yo. But with the big heart I have, I didn't even want him to know I was talking about it, blah, blah,
blah. No, come on. This ain't your big heart. This you still wanting to get out the hood, trying to see if, you know, we could double back and see if we could fix this thing, because maybe another rapper may not ever slide in the DM in that way. And, you know, this may be the big opportunity. Let me just, you know, try one more time. Like, yo, like, listen, the version of the story y'all give us and the way we got to filter through this shit is crazy.
But he ended up responding. He was like, "That's real," or whatever, blah blah. "I appreciate you for being real." Blah 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 blah. But moral of the story: my first fly out was a fucking disaster. It was fucking scary as hell, and that was just my first fly out. It wasn't smooth for me. It wasn't good. That's what it was.
Okay. We appreciate the story time, man. Make sure I'm gonna put the link to her TikTok in the edited version of this video, like always. But listen, when women say, April in the chat, she asked yesterday on a panel, she asked me, how can you tell that a woman used to be a 304 through conversation? And my response was, just let her talk. When women start saying stuff like, there's cues. When you start saying stuff like, my first fly out, and that was just my first fly out, how many flyouts you plan on doing? How many flyouts have you done? That was just the first one. How many have there been total? How many different rappers was it? Was it ball players? Well, I mean, what? We just all we gotta do is sit here and listen. I'm not saying she a 304. She seemed fairly young. I would pray that young woman's numbers are relatively reasonable and that she, you know, manages them well. I'm not making no assumptions, but in general, just, you know, to use this as an example of certain language that could be a cue to gain understanding of like some of what's been going on. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But that was a dope story time, man. All right, now we moving into, oh, hold on, we got a comment real quick. Said, what's a reasonable number? For me, under 5. Under 5. Yeah, I feel like by the time a woman gets to 5 bodies, she should have found a husband already. I know in this day and age, that's like super rare. So I'm not gonna say like that would be like a hard disqualifier. But nah, in life, under 5, in life. She said age group, nah, in life. Yeah, but I mean, I understand that it sounds crazy because people aren't like, in general, we don't raise, like, people don't raise their daughters thinking like that anymore. So it's like, and then like you got so much other influence aside from just the voices of parents. And so that's just, I know I sound ridiculous, but that's, you asked me, that's what I think is reasonable. I think under 5, like, because it's like this, it's not really that crazy. It just sounds crazy because of how much we've normalized like women moving and grooving and shit. But it's not really crazy. If you think about, if a woman got a high school sweetheart, and so that's her boyfriend through most of high school, he may or may not get some. Cool. Then she, you know, let's say that don't work out or whatever. And in college, she in another relationship, and that carry her like, you know, she said, I understand and agree. You know, it's just like, if you've been a relationship type of girl, you know what I mean? Then the numbers they shouldn't really run up. But the thing is, I think it's a lot of women who, unfortunately, due to a bunch of different factors, you know what I mean, they end up falling into or finding themselves having a desire for a 304 phase, you know what I'm saying, which I call the itch. They be itching, like they want to, you know, with what y'all call it, enjoy being single. What's the code language that y'all use for, you know, being a little loose for a little while? What's the language? Just want to enjoy my freedom, or y'all address it up. Y'all address it up. We know what that shit mean, though. You know what I mean? And so, but yeah, I think a reasonable number is definitely like, yeah, 5 or less. But like I said, you can't really make that a hard disqualifier these days. Because if you start setting disqualifications like that, the way you narrow down your pool of options is crazy. She said outside. Yeah, that's another. Yeah, that's the lingo. We outside. Yeah, we know what that shit mean. We already know. It's up there. All right, let's go into the code language. Code language conversation for the day is on normal. Like we always do with the code language, we'll look up the book definition and go from there. So normal. Normal generally refers to something that is usual, ordinary, or conforming to a standard. It could be used to describe behavior, physical characteristics, or even mathematical concepts. In essence, it signifies a lack of significant deviation from what is expected or typical. So that's what the term normal is. The reason why I want to do this code language and speak on normality is because oftentimes when I speak in generalities, you get pushback from people who may be an outlier on said subject, right? And so they'll try to make it seem like they are the norm. The reason why podcast platforms and panels and these different TV shows, talk shows, whatever, the reason why they can sit down and speak about the public is because most people fall into normalcy. Most people fall into ordinary. If you are a model citizen, for example, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be normal, right? Or ordinary. And then these words, they get connotations attached to them by us. And then we start looking at these things as good or bad. Like some people hate being called average. There's nothing wrong with being average. If you're average, that just means that you're not alone. There's a bunch of people like you. What's the problem? You don't have to feel isolated. Imagine, okay, so you don't want to be average. Boom, you get to rub a lamp and you say, I don't want to be average. I want to be tall. And then you wake up 8 feet tall. Now you sticking out like a sore thumb everywhere. You don't fit through a doorway and people treating you like a mute. You feel me? Like it's all perspective at the end of the day. But normal is not necessarily a bad thing. It does, however, he said, blessed day, bro. Gotta pay these bills, my boy. Appreciate you, Chris Dale, for sliding through. But normal is one of those things where it's like you got to pick and choose when it's a good thing to be. I like to be normal when it comes to being a non-violent person, right? Like, yeah, most people aren't moving around being violent to other people, right? So I'm cool with being normal in that regard. I don't want to be an outlier when it comes to that, right? However, when it comes to my thought processes or the way that I'm able to see the world, I'm abnormal. And that comes with its own set of pros and cons. And anybody who is abnormal in that particular way, they understand what I mean by the pros and cons that it comes with. That's just what it is. Some people are, super normal in most of the parts of their life, but when it comes to whatever it is, computers or tech, they're abnormal. But everything else about them is regular. Average height, average weight, average, not even average. If you're in tech and you're doing that at a high level, you're going to get some bread. But average height, average weight, average spouse or companion or whatever, average family size, just average. But when it comes to this, they might do it at a super high level. You know what I mean? So everybody's normal in some way, and then everybody is, abnormal in other ways. And so I think some of the things to be abnormal at versus being normal are within our control. And so I'm a big fan of promoting control your controllables. It's all you ever really have. Everything else, you just got to have faith. It's a shoulder shrug. If it's not in your control, it's literally a shoulder shrug. All right, it's going to be what it's going to be. And whatever it is, that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it becomes at that point. But the things that are in your control, it'll haunt you for as long as you allow it to, when you don't control those controllables and it bites you. You know what I mean? So I think when we digress down to the code language term normal today, I think that we need to take some of the negativity off of it. I think that we need to understand it better, like most of the code language terms, and dive into the nuances of what normalcy is and what places and spaces we do need to kind of be similar to each other in order to coexist relatively peacefully. Yeah, that's just what it is. I mean, I think that religion, for example, makes normalcy. It establishes normalcy. I think that, and that's a good thing. Law establishes normalcy, and that's a good thing because there's a lot of people who aren't wrapped too tight, myself included. And so you can't have an ungoverned society of this many humans. I don't know that Earth has ever been this populated with humans like it is now. Like, it's a lot of us. We living on top of each other. So you need most people to comply with the 10 Commandments, for example. You need most people to be in alignment with that. Because when somebody not, a lot of people get hurt, right? We see it on the news every day. We see it everywhere every day. So, you know, like I said, I'm cool with being normal when it comes to certain things. All right, don't hurt nobody. Don't steal from nobody. You know, I'm cool with being normal in that regard. I don't want to, you know. So, yeah, just reevaluate normal. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel about your take on that, and if you got a different look on it or a different nuance to add to the conversation, for sure, because at the end of the day, we got to crack these codes. That's the code language for the day, normal. All right, so I got a few minutes to do chat Q&A. If there's any questions or topics for us to go through, drop it by the end of this verse and we can talk about it. If not, you know, we're going to tap out. Let's go.
Your labor gotta climb the tree. Yeah, I'm out here planting seeds, cause I got a lot to leave. I be putting in long miles, I ain't gotta stop to breathe. I be putting in long hours, I ain't gotta stop to sleep. Yeah, I put in that time, put in work, I'm a different breed. My work ethic marine, mama mentality, shout out the bean. Coach life sweat, city society T. I'm in the gym working out clean. Bad work, 5 punch combinations, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3. I'm made different, I work too hard. Ain't no way I ain't getting paid different. This from the dirt, this from the mud. You ain't slave with me. This was strictly for my homies that was brave with me. You can't come in with me now if you ain't came with me. Skull looking at you side eye if you ain't with me. I seen a couple people try and it ain't in pretty. I only keep the people around that stood on 10 with me. And if they start to stand on 9, that's where it in with me.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I look like we ain't got no chat Q&A, and that's perfectly okay, man. We had a great episode. We kept it right around the hour mark. So first time we had a show like that in a while. I think that's a good thing. When the shows get drug out, normally mean we got high activity, a lot of nuance to the conversation, et cetera, et cetera. So today, no big drama show. May do something special for y'all. When I get some spare time, it's going to be a spur of the moment thing. Y'all will see when it happens. But it's on my mind, and if it's on my mind, it's probably gonna manifest. That's normally how it goes. So, but until then, y'all make sure y'all stay on that like button, stay sharing the content. Make sure y'all stay in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and if you don't do anything else, for me, stick to the codes. We got another class.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winter's